$895. That's the new annual fee as of late 2025 for the American Express Platinum Card. When Amex announced they were hiking the fees from $695, nearly $900, a 30% jump overnight, business analysts braced for impact. Economics 101 says when you raise prices in a competitive market, demand softens. Customers churn. They flee to competitors like Chase or Capital One. But then the Q3 earnings reports came out. An independent analysis from places like the Points Guy confirmed the impossible. Retention rates remain at historic highs, nearly 97%. And new customer acquisition, it actually accelerated. Despite asking for nearly $900 a year for a piece of metal, their best customers aren't leaving. Why? Because American Express isn't selling a credit card anymore. They're running a masterclass in behavioral economics. They have architected a system where raising the price actually increases engagement. I'm Hitesh, and in today's episode, we are deconstructing the American Express paradox. We're looking at how you structure value so effectively that leaving becomes mathematically and emotionally painful. Now, to understand this high fee, we have to understand how the definition of premium has shifted. 10 years ago, a premium product offered static value. You paid a fee and you got a list of perks sitting passively in the background. Insurance, concierge service, airport lounge access, it was just in case value. The problem with static value is that humans adapt to it. We take it for granted. When the renewal bill comes, we ask, did I use the concierge? No. Is this card worth it? Amex realized static value is a retention nightmare. So leading up to 2025 refresh, they killed it. They replaced it with forced habitual engagement. Critics call the Platinum Card a very expensive coupon book. They are right, but they missed the genius of it. Amex claims the card offers over $1,500 in value to offset the $900 fee, but they don't give you a check. They fragment that value into tiny, time-boxed pieces that force you to interact with them constantly. You get $200 for Uber, but it's $15 a month. Use it or lose it. You get $100 quarterly for Resi. Use it or it vanishes. You get monthly credits for digital entertainment and biannual credits for retail. Think about the behavioral shift. Under the old model, I thought about Amex twice a year when booking a flight. Now, I think about them constantly. It's the first of the month. I need to trigger the Uber credit. It's Friday night. I need to use the Resi credit. By fragmenting the value, Amex has inserted itself into the mundane transactions of my life. They're no longer just a travel card. They are a lifestyle subscription. If you're a business leader, ask yourself, is your value sitting passively in the background? Or have you structured your benefits to force the customer to log in, engage, and transact every single month? If your customers only think about you, when the invoice arrives, you're in the danger zone. Amex makes sure you're thinking about them every time you order dinner. Now let's look at the psychology keeping people locked in. You know the concept of loss aversion. We feel the pain of losing money twice as intensely as the pleasure of gaining it. Amex has weaponized this. When that $895 fee hits, it triggers immediate pain. It's a massive sunk cost. A rational person asks, is the future value worth $895? But a human being asks, how do I get my money back? This triggers mental accounting. The customer stops viewing the card as a service and starts viewing it as a game they must win against the house. Go to any financial forum. You see users tallying up their credits. Well, I use Uber anyway. That's $200 back. I subscribe to Disney Plus. That's another $200 back. They rationalize the fee by counting credits for things they might not have even bought otherwise. Here's the insidious part. When a customer uses that $100 Resi credit, they don't feel like they're just using a service they paid for. They feel like they got a free dinner. They feel like they won. Every time they redeem a credit, they get a dopamine hit. Now consider canceling. If I cancel, I save $895. but my brain screams about what I'm going to lose. I lose the free Uber. I lose the free hotel status. Even if I wasn't using them efficiently, having them taken away triggers loss aversion. Canceling doesn't feel like saving money. It feels like having my status stripped away. Amex has successfully framed the price increase not as a cost, but as an access fee to a pile of free money. If you can make your customers feel that leaving you means walking away from unclaimed cash or status, price sensitivity disappears. They become obsessed with value preservation. We have the coupon book forcing engagement. We have loss aversion making people terrified to leave. But what about the savvy customers? The ones who do the math, realize they don't shop at Saks Fifth Avenue and decide to cancel. They call customer service. And this is where they hit the shadow retention layer. What the public sees is the high price of the subscription. What they don't see is the massive economy operating inside Amex call centers. When a high-value customer calls to cancel, they're transferred to a retention specialist. These agents have incredible authority. According to data points from Upgraded Points and Flyer Talk in late 2025, it is common for an agent to offer a retention bonus of 40,000 to 50,000 points just to keep the account open. Let's do the math here. Conservatively, 50,000 Amex points are worth about $800 to $1,000 in travel. The agent just handed the customer $800 to offset a high fee of $900. The effective cost of the card just dropped to practically zero. Why does Amex do this? Customer acquisition cost. In the premium card game, acquiring a new wealthy customer is expensive. Between marketing and sign-up bonuses, Amex might spend $2,000 to get a new person in the door. Giving an existing profitable customer $800 to stay is a bargain. This creates a self-correcting mechanism. The people who are happy to pay full price will pay the full price. The people who are price sensitive enough to call the complaint get a personalized discount. The result, nobody leaves. So how do you apply the Amex paradox to your business? You don't need to be a bank. You just need to audit your value architecture. First, move from static to dynamic. If you sell a subscription or a retainer, don't let the value sit idle. Create use it or lose it benefits. A monthly strategy call that doesn't roll over. A quarterly data audit. Force the customer to engage to get their money's worth. Second, help customers win. Structure your pricing so that using the product feels like beating the system. Charge a higher base fee, but include credits or tokens for premium features. When they use them, they feel smart. When they feel smart, they stay. Third, build a shadow retention layer. Do not treat every cancellation request the same. Identify your top 20% of the customers. If they try to leave, have a pre-approved save offer ready. Know exactly what you're willing to pay to keep them and empower your team to use it. The lesson of the high subscription fee isn't to arbitrarily raise your prices. The lesson is that price is just a number, but value is a structure. If you weave your product into the daily habits of your customers, and if you make leaving feel like a loss of status and free money, you become resilient. The businesses that win in 2026 won't be the ones with the lowest prices. They'll be the ones like American Express that make leaving unthinkable. Thank you for listening to my podcast. If you found this insightful, please subscribe and check out my recent article on this topic on LinkedIn. Feel free to get in touch with me with comments, suggestions, and ideas. I'm Hitesh, and I'll see you next time.